All right, friends, we out here by the grill again. Let's do some pork chops today. Come on. So today's ingredients are real simple. I've just got some boneless pork chops, and you can get these on sale a lot of times. Very affordable price. I got the manager special because the date on it was getting ready to go out, but they're still in good shape, as you can see. You can buy them with the bone in. If you like bone in pork chops, that's fine too. You cook them basically the same way. And all I've got here is some crushed pepper, salt, kosher salt, and onion and garlic powder, and a little smoked paprika. That's all the ingredients, with the exception of just a little olive oil. So let's get this stuff sprinkled on here and let it sit for a few minutes. All right, so I'm going to open this up, and like I said, I prefer the boneless pork chop. Get whatever your heart desires. I've got those opened up. Now look, I've tried every different way to prepare these things. I've marinated them. I've done all kinds of little tricks, but this is the one that I found works the best, and it's just putting the rub on there. If you've got some fancy rub that you like, you can put it on here maybe about an hour before you cook them, and just let it get happy. But the main thing is put it on there and just let it soak in there for a little bit. So let's get this going, and we'll move right on. Just a little bit of salt, some crushed pepper. Now I like pepper, so I put a little extra on mine. Some garlic and onion powder, just a little bit there. This is not hard stuff by any means. This is the grilling 101, super easy, okay? And smoked paprika gives it just a really good flavor, so, and it also gives it a little red coloring. So we'll douse it down with this a little bit. I like a lot of this, so, and then flip them over, repeat the process, and then we'll get them in the house. And like I said, this is a simple rub. This is something that's just pure. I know what's in it exactly, so I go with this route here, and I just kind of press it on, and while I spill it on the table, I get it around the sides. And then the key is just go throw this in a place that stay cool. Stick it back in the fridge or whatever for about 30 minutes minimum. You can go up to an hour, or you can go longer than that if you have to, but at least 30 minutes, okay? So let's go put these in the fridge, and we'll come back out here to the grill. All right, these have been sitting for about 30 minutes. The seasoning's got all happy on there, and it's sweated a little bit. So what I'm going to do now is just take some non-stick spray. I like the olive oil, and just give them a little coating of this, so when I put them on the grill, they don't stick. And of course you can just oil down your grill with some tongs and a paper towel, but I just like this method a little bit easier for me. All right, I've got my grill preheated. We're going to get these on and get them going. And what I'm going to do is just kind of put them on here diagonally, like this right here. And then I'm going to close the lid and let it cook for about 2 minutes, and come back and turn it just a little bit. All right, these have been cooking for about 2 minutes on this side. And now I'm going to just turn them like 45 that way. Like that right there. And let them cook. Now it's important to get these to 145 degrees. That's what we're going by temp, not time, all right? 145 degrees internal temperature. I got my thermal pop out here, and we'll be checking it. So here's the thermal pop. I mean, I love this little thing. Any instant read thermometer will work, but basically when you stick this in there, you get an instant read. So about 2 minutes crisscross and 2 minutes more, but you see how fast that's getting a read in there? So, all right, we're gonna let them cook a little bit longer. These have been going for about a total of 4 minutes on this side. Like I said, I crisscrossed them. Now we're gonna just flip them over and repeat the process. That nice color that the smoked paprika gives it. I can't wait. So about 4 more minutes on this side approximately, but then I'll be probing them to find out. 2 minutes, and then I'm going to turn them this way. All right, 2 minutes is up. Now we'll crisscross them one last time. Let them finish up. I'm going to probe them just for a second, just see where I'm at. All right, I'm about 124, 125. So this last 2 minutes ought to get me where I want to be. These are very close. This one here is at 147, so I'm going to go ahead and pull this one off and then give these just a couple more minutes. We're at 147. 145 is the safe, best temperature in my opinion, because these are going to be so juicy and so delicious. Look at that. There we have the final grilled product. That looks good. Look at that, how juicy. You can see the juices coming out right there. Pork chops, pork don't have to be dried out and nasty. Just cook it to 145 and pull it off and let it rest a second, and you've got some delicious, juicy pork chops. Mercy. Let's get these in and put aside with them. Now guys, you know I'm all about quick and easy, and this is one little easy hack that I've discovered that really makes a difference for me, and it's cheating a little bit, I guess you can say, but this right here, I don't even see that. This Green Giant in the box is a frozen pack of cauliflower rice and broccoli. This takes about 6 minutes to cook in my little bitty microwave, but man, I'm gonna tell you, I got a little hack for it now. What I do is I cook it 5 minutes. I take it out of the microwave and I mix some of my favorite cabbage cheese with it, and I salt and pepper it and add some butter to it, stir it up, put it back in the microwave for 1 minute, and it really changes things. All right, our little microwavable pack has been nuked for 5 minutes, and I found it easier. It's got pull instructions on it where you can pull it and then dump it. I've burnt myself with steam a bunch of times doing it that way, so I find it easier, just me. Cut off the end and then plop it out the end there. I just think it works a whole lot easier and everything. And so basically that's what it looks like out of the package. It's not completely done yet, so it's got about a minute more to go. And what I do, I've got me some cabbage cheese and some butter. I'll throw my butter in there and throw me some cheese, just like that. And then you really need to season this because it's kind of bland, and I use just this adobo seasoning, this salt, garlic, pepper, and then I add some cracked black pepper to it as well. Real simple, real easy. And then I'm going to throw this back in the microwave for about a minute. So let's do that, and then we'll have dinner. All right, my friends, I have combined these two wonderful things on a plate. I'm going to slice that up and do some taste testing now. Let me grab my knife and we'll bite into this and see how it is. Now, this is a typical dinner for me, and I enjoy it a lot. I already know, but I'm going to let you know. Oh yeah, here we go. Got me a bite off of here. I don't know if you can see it or not, but nice and juicy. And I'm not going to tilt my plate too much, but that thing is so juicy, that gravy or that juice out there is going to be some good gravy for the cauliflower. But let's taste this. And before I taste this, let me say this. I used to buy prepackaged pork chops like this that were seasoned. And I happened to look at the ingredients, and it was like sugar was the second ingredient after the pork in the seasoning mix. And so that's why I started seasoning my own food, and that way I know exactly what's in it. If I buy a pre-seasoned or if I buy a seasoned mix, I always make sure of what's in it. But I know there's no sugar in this one, so how's that? Let's get a bite of it, see how it goes. Man, that's spiced up just right. And the best thing about it is I know what's in it. It's juicy, it's tender, and it's very affordable. Hey, big thumbs up. You gotta try this. It's so simple and easy. And the best thing about it, I already washed the dishes. Hey, until next time, enjoy you some pork chops and some rice cauliflower, and have a blessed day. Oh yeah, dinner time.